Yes. Yes. Mm. Yes. Good morning. I'm in a great mood this morning. Welcome back to Lakers Land. This is Lakers Radio. I am your host, Evan Mitchell. Good morning. Happy Tuesday, y'all. It is Trade Talk Tuesday with the Lakers here in Lakers Land. So we got a nice sample size of conversation to have this morning for your 30 minutes. Appreciate you guys, man. We're doing it live this morning. As always, make sure if you guys are checking us out on our YouTube channel, first of all, thank you for the support. We are now in heavy rotation, and you guys just keep continuing to support. Smash that like button for us. Continue to help us get the platform and the content and the algorithm. We are doing it live in full effect from our playback room as well. So if you guys want to come check us out on playback for our weekly podcast, as well as all of our watch parties for the NBA Finals, make sure y'all come on over and join us in Lakers Land. That's playback.tv/Lakers Land Show. Shout out to my boy in the building, Justo. I see you, my dog. We got an interesting show to talk about today, man. Like I said, it is Trade Talk Tuesday. So I definitely want to get into a conversation about scenario with the Lakers when we talk about trades. Also, man, the Lakers yesterday dropped their home preseason schedule. So we're going to kind of break down briefly what that kind of looks like for the Lakers preseason schedule for the home games. Also, Danny Green, former Laker champion Danny Green, he opened up in the interview and spoke on what it's like playing with LeBron James. So we going to have to definitely see what Danny had to say, because it's been a lot of these former Lakers been talking lately. Like, I don't know if these dudes are reminiscing, having flashbacks, but, Dwight Howard has always spoke on how he feel like if that 2020 team wasn't broken up, how things would have, kind of manifested in his eyes. And then, yesterday we talked about KCP, Kentavious Caldwell Pope, saying that if the team wouldn't have split, they would have got two more, which would have made LeBron the undisputed GOAT, because he would have then had six. And now, Danny Green is speaking on his time playing with LeBron in Los Angeles. So we're going to kind of definitely touch base on that. And we got to speak about my boy Bronny. We haven't talked about Bronny James much on Lakers Land in a minute. So we're definitely going to get into it, man. Shout out to my dog again, Justo, in the building. I see you. Justo said Bronny will be better next season, and I heard he got taller. Very interesting point, Justo. You already in my radar, because that is one of the angles that I was going to take in this Bronny conversation, man. But shout out again to everyone who is checking us out and supporting. This stream will be available for all of your listening preferences on Spotify as well as Apple Podcasts, wherever you find your podcast, your favorite podcast. Make sure y'all check out Lakers Land. So tomorrow, I believe, is game one of the NBA. Y'all ready for the finals? OKC and the Indiana Pacers. My God. I can't believe I'm saying that with a straight face. Justo, are you ready for the NBA finals tomorrow, bro? Keep it real. We got the Indiana Pacers and the OKC Thunder. I really got to talk to the bosses. Y'all know I'm not jacking this. And shout out to all the YouTube supporters. I had yesterday, Realist 213. He commented under one of the videos. He said he thinks that it's refreshing to see the Pacers and the Thunder in the NBA Finals. Shout out to my boy, Realist 213. Appreciate the comment, but it's just ridiculous. It is just ridiculous. And I got to talk to the bosses about Realist 213. What do you mean it's a breath of fresh air? It's refreshing to see the Indiana Pacers and the OKC Thunder in the NBA Finals. Really? Really? And I'm wondering if he's saying that with a straight face. Now, here we go in the comments with Justo doubling down on this same sentiment that Hank tried to throw in my head, that BA tried to throw in my head along with more others. Justo says it's something new, and it's a new era now. So the NBA era is over now for the LeBron, the KDs, the Steph. That era is done. Is that what we're doing? Is that the conclusion that we are coming to today, Wednesday, June the 3rd, 2005? You know, every time I get ready to rock, my delivery come. It's crazy. When I be ready to spank y'all, my delivery comes. So, Jesus Christ. Justo says, I think Braun and KD has one more shot, and that's it. I respect that. I can respect that. I can respect that. But y'all are so disrespectful. Y'all make it seem like y'all didn't see what LeBron did in his 22-year campaign. Look what Steph did once he got a little bit of help with Jimmy. I mean, KD, that whole Phoenix thing is just a nightmare. I'm not putting that on Kevin Durant. But them guys are still unstoppable. Who can stop them guys? Who can still stop them guys? That's my thing. So give me a second. Let me quick timeout. We're gonna be back here on Lakers Land. I gotta run out and get this delivery, and then we will get into today's main topics in this show. But y'all are just so disrespectful, and I don't like it. Thunder versus the Pacers, refreshing in the finals. It's a new era. All right, cool. All right, cool. We'll be right back here on Lakers Land in a second. OKC in 6. My It don't stop. It don't stop. Hold on. My God. Woo! All right, so we getting back to the get back, y'all. Justo talk about OKC in 6. Why does it have to go that far? Indiana is that good to y'all? Really? This has been Cinderella all over again. This is a Cinderella story. The Lakers beat on Indiana. Come on. Come on. Justo says OKC and the Pacers are kind of the same team. What gives you that conclusion? Where do you come up with that conclusion, Justo? I need to know. Because I don't see an MVP over there in Indiana. OKC got the league MVP, right? Is Halliburton the MVP? This is ridiculous. This is really ridiculous. I don't see how y'all don't have a problem with these two teams in the finals. I don't even know if I want to watch the finals, but I have a responsibility. I have a due diligence to do so. Y'all should be ashamed of yourself. You really should. All right, boys and girls, let's get into the show. My apologies for the delay, but we are back in action and back in full effect. Let's start things off with I guess let's talk about this preseason schedule. The Lakers have released the portion of their preseason schedule where it's the home games. They're the designated home teams. These are going to include a game versus Anthony Davis, presumably Cooper Flag, and the Dallas Mavericks. That game is going to be in Las Vegas, October the 15th. Now, the four games that the Lakers are hosting right now that I'm showing for the preseason is October 3rd versus the Phoenix Suns. That's going to be in Greater Palm Springs. Then October 12th, they are back in Los Angeles versus the Golden State Warriors in crypto. Then October the 15th, the third game, that's the Vegas game versus Dallas. Hopefully, we'll get to see AD play because we didn't get to see Anthony Davis play in that return game last season. And then wrapping it up 2 days later, back at crypto, the Lakers will be hosting the Sacramento Kings. So I didn't even know that the teams would be releasing their schedule so early, so to speak. Like we're still in this season, and the Lakers already have publicly put out, their preseason home schedule, and it doesn't even start until October. I found that a little weird, but maybe that's how it works. I don't really know. Cooper Flag is going to be a weird situation in Dallas. My thing about it is, why would Cooper want to go to Dallas? Let's be real. Why would Cooper want to go to Dallas? He really doesn't have a choice in the matter. And I'm pretty sure at the end of the day, he's not going to turn down that situation. But seeing what this organization literally did to a superstar less than a year ago, this is not no situation where Dallas Ben got rid of Luka and now they're rebuilding and they've went through some growing pains. This thing just happened. So, in my eyes, if I'm a star, a potential star in this league, you know, no disrespect to Kyrie and them other guys, but that's not a destination right now that I think I would want to be playing for or playing under, especially now that Mark Cuban is gone. I don't think Dallas is going to be that much competitive anyway. I like AD. I got respect for AD. I respect what AD done with the Lakers, but just remember, as soon as he went to Dallas, he got hurt. Kyrie is coming down, his last days, kind of, so to speak. Klay Thompson ain't on nothing. That team, Luka was everything to them. Cooper Flag, I think he's going to be a good player, but that organization, they got lucky. They sure did get lucky in the lottery, but no, I don't. I ain't really jacking him. Bronny James. I saw something on Bronny James that I wanted to speak about. I know Justo had some positive things to say about Bronny James, but there was a Western Conference executive that said the Lakers are dead set on making Bronny James a part of the rotation next season. They said that the fact is he was a lot better in April than he was in October, definitely in July. If he can show that wasn't a fluke, he is going to start getting 10, 15 minutes a night because the team is going to feel like they can trust him. I think he's going to do all that. He's going to be a regular for them next season. Lakers land. Do you believe that Bronny has earned the right? And do you perceive that Bronny will be in the regular rotation starting next year? I think, again, two things can definitely be true. Bronny James has definitely got better. And I said that that was going to happen. You just got to give this boy time and put him in certain situations, and it'll fall in line. Like, he breeds basketball. This is not, I know people feel like he didn't have to try to make the NBA. He was a millionaire doing his gaming thing, but hooping is in him. That's what he loved. And I knew that, he prepares, he puts the work in. So I knew he was going to get better. The Lakers putting him in as a regular piece, I still don't know. I, he I don't know about that. I don't know about that. And I really want him to win, but I want the Lakers to win more. I don't know if Bronny James, because y'all know I didn't realize that the Lakers roster right now, we talk about the Lakers not having no big man. Do y'all know the Lakers don't have a small forward, technically a small forward on this roster? The Vandos, the LeBron, I mean, LeBron is I believe LeBron is a small forward. That was his designated original position. But a lot of these guys that they have playing the three, the Vandos, the Dorian Finney-Smiths, even Rui to a fault, the way the game is played now, them guys are playing the four. It's a little bit of a mixture, but I didn't realize that the Lakers didn't even have no solidified small forwards on their roster. And when you speak on Bronny, I want to see him get more opportunities. I just don't see how he can have real impact next season on wins and losses, even if he gets opportunity. He hasn't like solidified, shown me that he's a certain type of scorer or certain type of defender. I'm still trying to figure Bronny James out. The only thing I will say is I don't think that he screwed up his opportunity. A lot of people felt like he didn't belong in the NBA. I think that, he killed all of that noise in a sense. He hasn't been a troublemaker. He hasn't affected the Lakers in a negative way. He hasn't distracted LeBron from doing what he's done. LeBron had an unbelievable year, I believe, in this 22nd year campaign. And, LeBron was number 6, if I'm not mistaken, in the MVP for the regular season. So does Bronny James deserve to be in the rotation? Do y'all see it? I don't know. I don't want to totally go against it, but I don't know if I'm ready to bet the rent money on that scenario. I got my brother Bit in the building. Bit, if you can hear me, bro, what's that word?
Yo, what's up, man?
Oh man, I'm cooling this morning here on Lakers radio, talking about, an NBA executive speaking on Bronny James, projecting that Bronny could be a part of the Lakers lineup, the rotation next season. We watched him all year, bro. Do you see any chance of Bronny um, being in the rotation? Is that what the Lakers could use right now?
Uh, it really just depends on how his three ball goes. Because if he can go out there and play solid defense, like a lot of people think he can, then he might can get a few minutes here and there. But if you can't stretch the floor playing with Luca and LeBron, you're probably not gonna get that many minutes. Because
Yeah.
if Gabe Vincent is coming back and he's playing solid, then it's gonna be tough. If we keep AR or if we flip AR, we're probably not gonna get any burn because we might flip AR for somebody that's pretty good. So it really just depends on how his three bar hits because we need spacing.
We got Justo in the building now. Justo, you just said something in the chat that blew my mind that I have not really seen any mainstream media or anybody take this angle. Justo says that he think Bronny kind of gave LeBron that push this season. And I just spoke on how I was impressed with LeBron's year. No one has really spoke on the effect, the positive effect that Bronny has on teammates, including his father. And I never really considered that Bronny being just around and being on a team could have hyped up LeBron to play better this season. Justo, if you in the building, bro, can you elaborate on that? Because I can see that Bronny's presence and him getting better, made LeBron and himself step his game up.
I think because you know how like so like I feel like you have kids Legoland, so I feel like when you have like kids, like it kind of motivates you to 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 be a little better as a
Yep.
wherever your career field is. So I feel like especially Brian, I feel like I feel like before Bronny got to the league, I feel like Bron was kind of. I feel like he's kind of like. I feel like mentally, it's like he's ready to retire. I feel like now
Hmm.
Bronny's in the league. I feel like he has like I said like 2 more years.
I'm gonna be real, Justo. I thought at the beginning Bronny would have been a distraction because LeBron would have been so hell bent on making sure that people didn't mistreat his son or making sure that his son got comfortable in the situation that it would take away from LeBron's focus um, on helping this team win. I did have a concern about that. I didn't mind Bronny coming to the Lakers, but I always wondered what LeBron mental was going to be like. We've seen LeBron go through it all in 2 decades of basketball, but he's never been in a situation quite like this. And we know how close LeBron is with his family. Um, and when, Bronny became a public figure, you can't protect Bronny like that. We see what happened with LeBron and Stephen A. But I wondered if the presence of Bronny James was going to help LeBron lose or make LeBron lose focus, but it didn't really play out like that. So I am glad that Bronny was able to find that extra energy and drive to be
I think
progressive and successful.
I think Brian spoke about it on his podcast with Steve Nash, but I also think that Bernie struggled a little bit at first in the G League, but once he picked it up and got his what he was averaging like 24-4, 22-4 in the G League. Once he really got going, I
Yep.
think once he got his feet really in there, the game slowed down for him. It made it easier for Brian. He like, all right, my son finally getting his stride, catching his stride, playing good in the G League. All I gotta do is do what I do it every year. Just keep moving.
Word. This is Lakers Land, y'all. Seven Mitchell in the building, man. It's Trade Talk Tuesday for the Lakers. Our next segment, we about to get into just a couple scenarios that I've been seeing on social media when we're talking about rearranging and readjusting this team. Now, fellas, I saw a report that the Lakers are more open to trading Rui Hachimura
What?
than Austin Reeves. Um, they're
Wow.
saying that the Lakers really aren't considering any offers for Austin Reeves unless it involves an all-star player who fits Luka long term. Rui Hachimura is more available in trade talks, but not without any type of resistance.
Why? Why?
And that's my thing, bro. Neither one of them to me is untouchable, but I'm wondering why are they hell bent on keeping Austin Reeves? Not to say that Austin Reeves is not better than Rui, but to me, Austin Reeves have more trade value. You'll get more, including Austin Reeves in a deal. Why do y'all feel like the Lakers are hell bent on keeping Austin around?
I think because like you don't know like how Lucas' health is gonna play out through the season and stuff like that, and like for the most part, Reeves kind of like I feel like he's better at point guard than shooting guard.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like when Luca I think it was that Pacers game when Luca wouldn't didn't play. I think they Austin had like what
Talking about
45
what
points.
AR dropped 40.
Yeah, I think he had like 40. Like that's like the most I've seen. like Austin Reeves stepped up in in a heat of the moment when they needed a player to step up. But I feel like in the playoffs, I think they both like Austin Reeves and Rui, they struggle offense and defensively. So I feel like they need like a new like I feel like they just need like a new rebound because they got their future already, which is Luka. So I feel like they need to I feel like they need a team to fit. Crazy to say like they to fit Bron and Luka.
I think
I don't think I don't think Lakers I don't think Rui and Austin is in they plans in they
for the
couple of
future.
years. Yeah.
I don't see why Rui wouldn't be in the plans because just like we showed before we even got Luca, we were playing so good on defense, bro. We was switching, we was rotating without a center. Jackson Hayes was playing spot minutes,
Yep.
and we was still locking shit up. Like this, we don't need to repeat the cycle of having a good team, having continuity. Even though we lost to Minnesota, we didn't have a fucking big, bro.
Right.
You wanted to neglect Jackson Hayes when Rudy Gobert was out there looking like fucking prime Shaq. It's no reason for it. This small
So
ball shit got a lot of coaches brainwashed. That's why I didn't like Golden State for a long time.
so
You
let me
got
ask you this bit, not to cut you off.
you good.
When we look at this team, and you're right, we lost to Minnesota, but we knew what the reason was. It was a clear reason.
Yeah.
Are you would you be upset if the Lakers didn't make a major move? Of course, we need maybe a little tweaking here and there, but if these guys came back for another run, Reeves and Hachimura, would you be upset? Do you feel like these guys have to go?
I wouldn't be upset, but if we don't get some type of big man that we've been complaining about a big man for the last 5 years, bro. Other than our bubble ring year, it's needed. It's no. You see, OKC is bringing back a double big lineup.
Yep.
New York is bringing back a double big lineup. Even though you get mismatches, that's gonna come with it. But bro, you gotta have a big. We can't. LeBron and Luca, part of their playmaking comes off getting lobs. Like that's Luca. That was Luca's whole thing in Dallas. Get off the ball, maybe come around off the screen and throw the lob to livelier Gafford. We need a big, bro. That it expands the offense. Even if the big can't shoot, it does wonders for Luca. His playmaking, anybody helps. That's a cross court pass to the corner. You know how Luca play, man. It's needed. It's necessary to the offense and defense.
But I don't think I think honestly I think the Lakers made a mistake trading for Luca because
What?
I still think AD is better than Luca.
Really?
What?
Because I think because like if you look at AD and Luca's body of work, I feel like AD is more reliable. Even though he's injury prone, we see what he capable of when he's healthy.
When you say that Anthony
I feel they
Davis is
should have gave
better than
him.
Luca, are
Yeah,
you saying that you feel like Anthony Davis is better for the Lakers than Luca is for the Lakers, or you feel like Anthony Davis is a better basketball player than Luca?
like what? Yes, he's a better basketball player than Luca. Even
Really?
though Luca, he has a. I feel like Luca has a lazy game. I feel like the Minnesota series. Yeah, he'll go to the left corner or the right corner of the top of the court. He'll wait till a double come and he'll cause a turnover. That happen every single time. I feel like he waits till the trap comes or wait till he all the way on him to pass the ball, but he don't end up being a turnover. But I just feel like he can be careless. I feel that's why they lost the series. If we be honest.
Whoa, we lost this series because we was getting killed on the glass. They didn't want to get back in
That's true too. But
transition,
like
and we
offensively,
couldn't hit no threes this series either. AR was off. The only person that was really hitting from three was Luca was alright. Rui was on. AR couldn't hit shit. Gabe couldn't hit shit a few games. Like the 3-point shooting didn't translate. The defense didn't translate. And Rudy Gobert was just cooking us, man. And that was
I don't
sad
know.
to watch.
That's why I say AD would have been more valuable in that Timberwolves series than Luca,
You know,
because
you
I
know
feel
what's
like you needed
crazy,
a
just though? Any other time we had AD and we played Minnesota, we was whooping that ass.
who.
When we had AD and we would play Minnesota, AD would go to work on them boys.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I feel like they should have gave him what he was looking for was a true center, because we seen what happened when AD with the four for the Lakers.
So do y'all think AR need to play the one and let Luca play more of the two and just let him score and just go let him kill and let AR handle the
Well,
offense?
that was my question. That I'll get back to this in a minute.
Mm.
Um,
Was that
that
KD up
that
there?
was my question for Justo because he highlighted how he was impressed with the way Austin Reeves played a point guard, but then
Yeah.
that means that Luca would have to play more off ball.
But you see, you remember
You
that
good with
game?
that?
You remember that game? What was it? Game 2 where Luca went 38, 2 and 2, but he was keeping us in the game with the scoring. So if they switch the offense a little bit and let AR run the offense a little more and just let Luca go kill and score, be on some Kobe type shit, I don't know how it'll work, but you might got to experiment. If we don't get a big, we might have to lean towards that way.
I'm gonna say this, bro. When you talk about that type of experiment, I'm good with it if we're talking about game situation. But as
Mm-hmm.
far as a permanent system, yo, I feel like you are doing your team and the fan base an injustice if you have LeBron James and Luka Doncic on the team, two of the greatest basketball IQs in the game, and you don't have them facilitating your offense. If you're not
I got
using them to be I just feel like, man, you're not maximizing what you really have if you allow Austin Reeves to facilitate. Even though he can do it, it would just have to be situational to me.
I I agree too. I think what was I gonna say? Dang, what was I gonna say? I was
I
gonna
I,
say
I, I feel like we got.
I
I'm sorry to
think
cut y'all a bit.
I
We,
think a
we got.
lot of the
Go ahead.
a
Go ahead.
lot of the thing Luca would get tired throughout the regular season. So if he comes in this season with his conditioning right, and I think we need to get Luca off the ball more. We get him in the mid post, and we gotta do him like LeBron is doing. We gotta get him through the regular season. So when the postseason comes, he's not tired, bro. So whatever we got to do to make that work, that's how we got to go. But Luca definitely need to be on the ball.
It's crazy, big that you said that. I think Luka gets tired when he's on the balls. I feel like we do the court.
Yeah,
I feel like we expected too much
So
out of him. I feel that's what happened in Dallas. I feel like I feel that's why they traded him. So I feel like I feel like he's more of a two guard at the two than a one.
really,
Yes.
you think Luca Moore's with two?
Yeah.
That's why.
Cause
That's why
you
I
gotta
said.
think about it. I feel like he can't be a catch and shoot type of player, and he can handle the ball. Like I feel like let's say that's why it's lock him up the 3 point line. He can drag it to the 2 point, like the mid range, shoot a midi, or
I
take the
think
ass to
this
the
is the
post.
year. I think this is the year where Brian tell Luca like, look, you remember early in my career where I could get 30 in my sleep, but I had to expand my game. I had to get in the mid post, see the defense. Just like Anthony Edwards, he got to get that. He got to get to that point where you get to a spot in the mid range, one dribble pull up, get to the post, back him down, use your size. You don't have to come out there and step back and run off screens the whole game. We don't need that. You're Luca. You're 6'7", 220, 240. Like, use your size.
y'all making some very these are some interesting points, man. I never would have considered taking Luca off the ball more. Um, in this offense, especially when you have him and LeBron. I'm thinking that the ball should be staying in their hands. But you guys make some interesting points. Kobe in the live chat, Kobe 824 in the YouTube live chat. He said, I thought I saw a comment on Luca going to Denver,
Mm.
possibly. We spoke on. Well, I know I spoke on this on the show
I
the
know
other
we
day.
spoke on it a while ago.
Yeah, are y'all sold 100% that Luca's going to stay in Los Angeles?
Yeah, if we handle the off season right, if we handle the off season right this year, somehow he'll probably stay. But if not, that boy's going to play in Denver, man. I
I
feel
would have
like
thought we
Luca
would have
want to
saw
play.
Nikola Jokic come to LA before seeing Luca go to Denver.
I think as of right now, Luka's stock is not really that good right now, especially how they lost that series to the Timberwolves and how he played. And I feel like his stock right now, his trade value is not good right now. I feel like if his best bet to stay
Justo,
LA.
I gotta write
No,
this down. I gotta talk
I'm
to the
being
bosses.
real. I'm being real. Am I
You are
lying though?
blaming Luca for the elimination. You're not the only one I've heard say that. I saw who was it? It was somebody I think on ESPN or someone put that responsibility of the Lakers losing to Minnesota on Luka. So that's how you feel. Luka was the primary reason the Lakers lost against the Timberwolves a year.
Yes, yes. I like even though we didn't have like, well, I thought we didn't have like bad players at at the five. We had Jackson Hayes, we had Vando, we had 50 Spit. I feel like if anything, I think the blame should be on Luca. I feel like he couldn't do anything. He couldn't do anything offensively or defensively. Like AD, he has more upside. He can shoot the three. He can bang in the paint. I feel like he can defend a guard. I feel like Luke he can do anything.
I feel like we gotta throw some of that on
Now
Jason too.
I feel like we can't expect too
this
much out
doesn't
of Bron.
satisfy this doesn't satisfy the big man aspect, fellas. But is this the type of trade bit that you would accept if we don't get a big man?
No.
No,
We got Kevin Durant from the Phoenix Suns for Rui, Vando, Gabe, Maxi, Goodwin, and a first round pick. It does
no,
work. Do y'all
If
agree?
we if
No.
we not getting Nick
no.
Richards, if you not giving me Nick Richards too, then hell no.
So KD is a guaranteed first option ain't enough. Kevin Durant ain't enough.
If we
No.
get KD, it's just gonna be KD, Luca, and Bruh. Who the hell
Yes,
else
I.
That's
going
all
That's
you
gonna
anywhere?
be.
need.
No,
Nah.
no, it's not.
Then Bronny gonna
Really?
have to play 25 minutes a game. Shit, who gonna
Yeah, because you gotta think about it. Bron and KD, they kind of on the other side of their careers now.
Somebody echoing right now. Somebody echoing right now. I don't know who it was. If y'all can
Hold on.
Yeah, I
increase
don't
it
What's
or
that?
just
What's that?
change
Me?
it.
Hello?
I'm
I
not
don't
sure. I don't hear it anymore.
I don't know about
Yeah, I hear it
KD,
now.
man. If we that'll be
Really?
depleting our depth, just
Yeah,
like trading
I
for
feel
us.
like like you said, yeah, it'll be hurting our depth.
What about Giannis?
I do it. See, Giannis, I do it. You got
But
Giannis and
not
Luca.
Kevin Durant.
Giannis and Luca in the pick and roll. Oh my goodness. Giannis coming down the fast break with Brian on the other side. Oh my goodness.
Wow.
And I
If I'm
think
Milwaukee, I'm not making that trade.
Giannis defensively will bring much more to our team than KD, which we
That is
need and have been
unbelievable.
lacking.
Yeah, if I'm Milwaukee, I'm not making that trade. Or Phoenix.
I mean, if
I
I'm
think that's you
Milwaukee,
just so with the echo. Did you just change your settings? Or did somebody go from Bluetooth to headset?
nah, I ain't even using no Bluetooth. Is it me?
I don't know. No, I don't know who it is. It don't tell me, but I can just now hear echo. I'm not sure if y'all can
If
hear it.
I'm Milwaukee, I'll do it because we're not going anywhere. Dame is cooked. Kyle
Mm.
Kuzma is cooked.
Yeah, Giannis is done. Giannis ain't winning no more.
You might as well come on to LA, man. Bring your ass down here. Go ahead and follow that Kareem path, man. Come get you some
It
rings
was
down to LA.
one more thing. Let me see. Danny Green spoke on LeBron James. Said the secret. I think I can find it, man. I don't even have a picture. What game you got tomorrow, bit? And one?
What you say? Your job was cutting up a little bit.
Oh, I see. My bad. I said, who you got tomorrow?
You talking about the Pacers and Thunder?
Yep.
Man, I wanted the Knicks to get there so bad, bro. I don't think that they're gonna have enough offense to compete with them boys, man. It's if Lou Dort and Casey Wallace force Tyrese left and he can't get downhill to break the defense to get them rotations. And then I think that OKC can recover and get back from the rotations better than New York could because you had Cat running around, flying around, Mitchell Robinson trying to go protect the rim, and Miles Turner wide. Man, I think it's going to be a damn sweep.
For the finals.
Yeah, I think they're going to get rid of them in four. It might be a good game, like
That's
two of
you.
the
That's you
games.
bit with the echo.
That's me.
You gotta come out and come back in. Yeah.
Got you.
All right, bet.
We good now.
Yeah. We good to go.
Yeah. See, I think it's gonna be a sweep, man. I
Can you
don't
hear me
think
now?
I don't think Siakam is gonna be enough offense when you got Shea going for 30. I don't think Siakam is gonna be able to guard J Dub. I think it's gonna be bad, man. I wanted Brunson to
Nasty final.
get up there, put up 35, maybe steal a game on some AI shit. You feel me?
Shit gonna be crazy.
I think we underestimating the Pacers though. I got OKC winning 6. I think we underestimating the Pacers though.
At what point, Justo, in this series, should we like get if you are voting or rooting for OKC, um, what would have to happen to make people get nervous? Like losing a game at home? Like what would have to happen for you to be like, oh snap, Indiana might got something going? Winning the first game, what
They
would have to
go up
happen?
2-0. They go up
I feel
Go up
2-0.
2-0.
I feel like it's gonna depend on the matchups, like who's gonna guard Shea, and like, cause I really feel like they gonna put Neesmith on Shea. That's all I
And
honestly
can
think
he
that.
guard Shea?
Yeah, I think he can.
It's not Jalen Brunson 6 foot. You can't body him up. They gonna call that foul once he get the flopping. If we come back to Indiana and it's 2-1 Indiana, I'll be like, oh shit. They might fuck around and they might. If we come
If
back
the
to
Pacers
Indiana and
steal the
it's two
first two
one,
games, oh, it's
I
over.
don't. If maybe they split them, maybe they steal the second one to OKC, come back to Indy, win that one. Now if they go up 2-1, I'll be like, oh shit, all right, y'all might fuck around and do something now.
So if the Pacers go up 2-1 after three games, then
hmm
okay, all
Cause
right.
I feel, in my opinion, if it's not a sweep, I feel like just though it'll go 6. If the Pacers play, they match up well, it'll go 6. They might split the first two, come back to Indy, split again. Then OKC gonna show that extra gear.
I can't believe this is the NBA final show. I
Me
swear
either,
on
bro.
everything, yo. I can't believe this is happening, yo.
Can't believe Curry got hurt.
Crazy.
I can't believe, bro. Curry literally was about to cook them Timberwolves boys if he didn't get hurt. I'm so bad them boys lost.
And he had Jimmy Butler helping.
What?
Playoff Jimmy
I
was
don't think
ready to.
I don't think that's gonna happen. I don't think that's gonna happen.
You don't think Golden State would have beat Minnesota if Steph would have been healthy?
What?
No, no,
What? Did you see what
because
Curry was doing to them boys?
like defensively, Curry is a liability. I feel like the
No,
Timberwolves
not anymore.
they'll switch on him and make him play defense, which caused him to play. Because if you look at the Rockets series, that's what they did. They made Curry play defense to the point where he couldn't perform on offense, and they played defense away from offense. About defense.
I don't know. I don't know. Cause who was Curry guarding? He didn't have to guard him in time, so he couldn't shoot. Fred Van Fleet jumper was streaky.
But
So who?
like I said, I think the Warriors would have been a better matchup for the Thunder than the
Yeah.
Timberwolves.
Only thing I don't like is just the smaller guards. That's why I feel like Shea's gonna cook. I don't think Neesmith is gonna be able to bump and body him up like he did Brunson. I don't think that's gonna work. He gonna be
These
flopping
are
and
like six
flailing.
five. These are like 6'5", 6'6".
Yeah. I just know Shea whistle. That shit is annoying.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel that's why he got MVP. I don't know. I just feel like that whistle, like the favorite, that whistle always in his favor.
That boy get one bump, flop, technical foul.
He had the most fucking free throw usage in history. Like what? You look at all the past MVPs, man. He had the most free throw attempts and made free throws.
That boy come down and hit an emote and get a foul call. That junk is ridiculous. Oh man, the Pacers game.
Does either one of these teams look good enough to be a repeat?
Okay, see,
No,
yeah.
no.
Whoa. Okay, see.
I think
Really?
next season. Yeah, I think next season gonna be a great season.
I think OKC, if they keep this team together, they gonna fuck around and three-peat, bro. It's really nobody that's stopping them boys. You keep the depth on your bench with Casey Wallace and Caruso coming off the bench, coming in, just switching around, flying around. That's hard to beat, bro. It's hard, to, especially with the double big run up. You play a traditional game. You can go Hartenstein and Chet stretching the floor. Hart gonna get you 5 offensive. That junk is hard to beat, bro. Especially with defense. I don't believe that they're as good as the '04 Pistons, but they probably a notch or two down from it. You know how many turnovers they was forcing on Minnesota. It was looking like AAU basketball.
That's true.
They just give me that. Oh, you finna back him down in the post Julius Randle. You don't have a good enough court awareness. I'm coming to trap that. Give me that basketball.
Well, it's going down tomorrow, game one. I will be streaming the game. I hate to watch this crap. I'm not gonna lie.
For real, man.
I'm dead serious, bro.
The
But I
fucking
got to. It's the
Pacers.
finals.
Oh my goodness. Fucking Neesmith, 30 points.
Just
Man.
nasty work.